Yeah, morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in the yesterday session, demo session, right? Just I was briefing you about why Python. What are the prerequisites for learning Python? There are no prerequisites. Anybody can update with Python. So I'm defined Python with 5 lines. It's a general purpose programming. Any kind of applications you can develop. It is not purpose based. Its general purpose means any different types of any kind of application can be developed. Multi-programming, right? All the features, what all the features we see in different other programmings, all the features we see in Python. That's why we call it as hybrid language. High-level language, easily understandable, human understandable, portable, and machine independent. Can run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. Interpreted line by line execution, which makes debugging easy. User-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming language, which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements. So I was just saying, right? Yes. Two types of languages, low-level and high-level languages. Low-level languages are not like example, like assembly level language or machine level languages. They are not human understandable. They are not portable. They are machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating system. High-level languages, right? High-level languages like Python, they are human understandable, they are portable and machine independent. So as Python has got multi-programming features, right? What features Python has got? Like procedural oriented programming like C language, object-oriented programming like C++, Java. The Java developers or programmers are strictly restricted to object-oriented programming. Without object-oriented programming, there is no Java application or a program, right? And here in Python, with object-oriented, without object-oriented, with procedural-oriented, with modular programming, we can develop different varieties of applications. Here, Python also supports script. Python is a scripting language, right? And that many automation scripts using Python. And Python has got great boom because of this modular programming. Got modules concept, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python provides for different domains. I just said previously, the usage of Java like 43%. In the Python, the usage was very less, but all of a sudden, the usage of Python has increased a lot. You see in 2020 onwards, right? Like by the usage of Python increased to 31%. I was showing you some graph yesterday. So the usage of different programming languages in the market, in that Python is the #1 ranked programming with wide varieties of applications creations. And mostly used, Python is mostly used in the various high-end technologies as implementation language, like the data science in big data. So Python has got thousands of modules, 89,300 Is my voice clear to all? Can anyone please confirm?
Yes.
Once again, can anyone please confirm that? Is my voice clear to all?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So I said Python has got thousands of modules, 89,300 modules, right? Whatever domain you are from, it is providing a module, whether you are from networking background or testing background or data science background or big data background or database background or working with any types of files like Excel, CSV, JSON, XML, right? Python is providing modules, right? Just by writing Python code, if you execute the Python code, we can check Excel file gets created. Within that, we can write data, we can read data from it. And within the database also, just write a code and execute the code, going check in the database, the table gets created. You can insert data by writing Python code itself. We can insert the data into database. We can read data from database. We can perform all the operations, right? It's very simple connecting Python connecting to database. And for mathematical operations, for statistics, and for generating graphs, Python is providing many modules. And what kind of applications can be developed by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications, like web applications, mostly used for creating web applications, and also used for creation of automation applications. Like using technologies like data science, IoT, DevOps, right? Total implementations goes in Python, and big data like Spark, very high speed processing using Python. We call like PySpark. For scientific applications, we have got a separate module like CP, Scientific Python. For numerical analysis, we got separate module like NumPy, numerical Python. For network applications, separate framework Python providing like Twisted Python. And for GUI animation, Python providing separate modules like TK Inter, PyQt are some models for it. For game development, separate frameworks Python is providing for gaming side, like Pygame, PyCora, and for 3D rendering games, right? PySoy. And for scheduling tasks, Python providing Airflow, and for testing your test cases. And for software development, Python is one of the best choice for developing e-commerce systems. Right, and most of the software developers make use of Python as a support language. And for database applications, Python can connect with any database, right? Web scraping, scraping data from different websites, right? Using models like URL, BS4 modules, right? For CAD, 3D CAD applications, for embedded applications, Raspberry Pi is one of the best embedded application which uses Python scripting. Computer vision like color detection, face detection, and object detections. For robotics, right? Python implementation, right? Desktop applications, single user console applications, right? So these are some of those applications where Python is used today, right? And who are using Python today, and top most applications built using Python? Google, right? Google using Python for its web search systems. Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Uber pricing algorithm implemented in Python. Instagram, right? Instagram, right? The prime reason for Instagram for choosing Python is Python hybrid features, its practicality, right? NASA using Python. Accordingly, we can go with object-oriented, cluster-oriented, scripting, and modular, right? Yes. Quora, Reddit, Pinterest are some applications built using Python. Netflix using Python for security automation and for subscription related things. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. BitTorrent, right, for file sharing service. iRobot for military and commercial applications. For hardware testing purpose, Python is used, like for hardware testing purpose, like companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they use Python for hardware testing purpose. And I was saying, right, the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Yes, very less code you see in Python. So the programmers or developers are migrating towards Python, are attracted towards Python, right? Because of this very less coding of Python and simple syntaxes of Python. Interactive mode given by Python, we can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives the output, right? For every statement, it provides the multi-programming features, hybrid features, and wide varieties of applications and many built-in libraries. Just now I was talking about the applications, multi-programming features, and many built-in libraries, right? Yes. Now observe people from non-programming or zero programming, right? Just observe this Python code snippets. Yes. Python comparison with other programming. Python comparison with other programming. Hmm. Yes. Python comparison with other programming, right? Yes. So I will take a task and I'll try to implement the task in multiple programming languages. Can just observe how simple the Python statements as compared with other programmings, right? Yes. What is the task? Accepting two values from the user keyboard. From the user keyboard and performing addition. Yes. Accepting two values from the user keyboard and performing addition, right? First, I'll write two major programming languages, Python and Java. First, I'll write using Java, right? Later, I'll come back to Python using Java. So first, import java.io.star, right? Class sample, right? Public static void main, right? Throws IO exception. Public static void main string or throws IO exception. Input stream reader I'll be using. Class sample public static void main throws IO exception, right? Input stream reader. ISR equal to new input stream reader. Buffered reader, right? BR equal to new buffered reader. New buffered reader of ISR. System.out.println. System.out.println. Enter the first number. Enter the first number. Whatever number you are entering, by default taken as string. br.readline. Whatever string, take convert to integer, right? Whatever you are enter the first number, whatever you are entered taken as string, later you are supposed to convert to int type, int I, using integer dot parse int of s1. I'll copy these 3 lines for the second number also, right? Enter the second number, right? String s to br.readline, integer dot parse int of s2. System.out.println, right? I plus j. I placed input stream reader, buffer reader, right? System.out.println. Yes, integer.parseInt. Enter the second number, right? S2 integer.parseInt. Okay. I'll copy this to a separate notepad file, right? I'm copying to a separate notepad file, right? Paste it. File, save, right? I'll be saving all the files in it. So here sample.java, sample.java, and saved it. Now I'll just take a minute in showing you the execution in both Python and Java. So just command prompt cd / come out of this path, change your directory to Python 7 AM batch. Now Java C file name dot Java. If any errors, it will display the errors here. If no errors, it will execute the code, right? No errors here. Just say Java sample. Java sample. Say enter first number 10, enter second number 20. Sum is what? 30. So this is what the coding in Java programming, right? Yes. So this is what the code. I don't know like how many of you have understood this code, because there are some complex words like what is class sample, what is public static void main, what is IO exception, what is input stream reader, what is buffered reader, what is read line, integer.parseInt. So people from non-programming or zero programming to understand it. The same task I'll just implement in Python, not more than 3 lines with simple statements, right? Looks like normal English statements. I'll open the Python shell, right? Directly I'll type there. So this is the Python shell, Python 3.11 version, right? File, new file. I'm saying new file, right? Yes. To perform addition of two numbers in Python, right? X, I want two values, X value and Y value, two numbers, right? Input. In Python, we have got input function for inputting a value. Enter value of X. Input, enter value of Y. Enter value of X, enter value of Y. Print X plus Y. That's it. This is what the coding in Python. Enter value of, right? This is the coding in Python. Enter value of X, enter value of Y, print X plus Y. Yes. Very simple, right? Easily understandable. You won't see any complex word here like other programming languages. But here also in Python, just like Java, whatever you enter the value taken as string, later you need to typecast to int by saying int of. Very simple, right? Int of by saying int of. Here also second int of input to be in the integer type, right? See, this is what the coding in Python.
Vijay, hello. I'm audible to you.
Yeah, any query?
Yeah, and I just wanted to ask, like, you're going to inform us these inputs and all, right? In
Yes,
this.
yeah, just I was showing you this example. Everything will be
Okay.
discussing in brief, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, fine.
So input output statements in Python we'll be discussing separately. So just input function to input, print function to print. So later we discuss in brief about this input and output statements in Python. So enter value. So just I was showing you for the same task, what is the Python code? Means you can understand this Python statements easily. We can easily understand the Python statements. They look like normal English statements. For example, okay, first execute this.
Hi Vijay, which
Python
IDE
7.
did you use?
Yes, yes. So we have got many IDs for Python, PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, PyDev, VS Code, right? So mostly I'll be showing you, I'll be giving knowledge on all the IDs, but mostly used we'll be using is PyCharm. PyCharm. We have got PyCharm Professional Edition, Community Edition, right? So
All
we'll be
right.
using PyCharm is the one. PyCharm is the one which is mostly used for Python. Jupyter, people who go for data science after updating Python, people who go for data science or big data environment, right? I'll show you even Jupyter Notebook, Spider ID also. Okay. So here, if you run this, run module, enter value of X, enter value of X10, enter value of Y20, sum is 30. So Python has got many built-in functions, modules, libraries, I said, right? One more example, right? Python code, you can just check how this Python statements look. For example, if you want to take some list of values, taking some list of values, 20, 10, 40, 30, 50. I've taken some values, random values. It's a list here. In other programming, we say array of elements. Print this entire list as it is, prints the entire list. I want to know the number of elements. Here we got very less, but if you got more elements, I want to see the length, means len of X. No need to write any program codes here. And if I want the max element, just say max of X. In other programming, we apply loop and we'll iterate with we compare with one by one element and check the max value. Just say max of X, just say min of X. Hmm. Run module. It prints len is 5, max is 50, min is 10. If I want to arrange them in a particular order, in ascending order, print sorted of x. In ascending order, you get run module. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 in a particular order, like ascending order. If you want in descending order, right? Same function, no separate function, same function, sorted of x, you will get in ascending again. If you reverse it, reverse equal to true, if you reverse it, you will get in descending order, right? Yes. Okay. So here, if I want to add a new element, x to the x list, x dot append 60, print x, 60 gets added. 60 gets added, right? Yes. X dot remove, I want to remove an element. X dot remove 40, 40 gets removed, right? In this way, simple syntax is given by Python. Okay. File, new file. Okay. Something about this Python software foundation, right? So Python software foundation, PSF, right? It is a non-profit organization, devoted towards Python community. It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. This PSF is a Python Software Foundation. It was launched in the year 2001. The main objective of this PSF, right? The main objective of this PSF, to foster the development of Python from version to version. In the year 2005, PSF received Computer World Horizon Award. Computer World the president for this, Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum is the president for this. Of headquarters, where are the headquarters located? Is Delaware, US. Official website of Python. Official website for Python, right? www.python.org. This is the official website of Python, from where we can download Python, from where we can see the documentation for each and every Python release. Yes. Before I see with the installation, right? Python versions. What are the Python versions? Python 1.x version, right? It was released in the year 1989. Python 2.x version, right? Yes. Almost 10 years later, it was introduced, like in the year 2000. Python 2 version was released. Python 3.x. The version what we are using currently is 3 version, right? It was introduced in the year 2008. Okay. Latest version of Python. Python 3.11, right? Latest version of Python 3.11. Stable version of Python. Stable nothing but mostly used version, right? Okay, we'll be installing this Python. Fine. Okay, so go to settings, go to apps and features, scroll down a little bit. Python 3.11.4, uninstall. So let the uninstallation in progress. Python provides different softwares for different environments. For Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. For Linux, so Python comes as a inbuilt within this Linux OS. No need of any separate installation for Linux. Fine. And for Windows and Mac OS, for Mac OS, we will get a universal installer. And for Windows, we get for Windows 32-bit, for Windows 64-bit, the separate softwares Python provides, right? The interpreter will be different for those. How will you check whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit? Okay, just open this Explorer or go to your PC. If you say properties, can you see 64-bit operating system? System type is what type? 64-bit operating system. Okay. If it is 32-bit, you are supposed to download 32-bit Python software. So uninstallation was successful. Close it. Now, yes. Now for installing Python, python.org is the official website. Right? Just open Google, right? Chrome browser, right? Just say www.python.org. Python.org is the official website from where we can download. Yes. Yeah. Within this python.org downloads folder, all releases. See this all releases, right? Within this all releases, scroll down. Active Python releases. Don't go for it. Looking for a specific release. Looking for a specific release, right? Python 3.11.4 is the latest version. It was introduced in the year, sorry, 1 month ago, right? Almost like 1 month, June 6, 2023. Right. Click this 3.11.4 and scroll down to the bottom of this page. You can see files. So go to python.org, click downloads folder, select looking for specific version. Select this Python 3.11.4. Can you see for Mac OS, you will got universal installer. But for Windows 32 or 64, click accordingly. Whether if it is got 32-bit, click 32. If your Windows is 64, click 64-bit Windows. Your download is completed, right? So just 32 MB of, just 24 MB of size. Yes. Bit.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have one concern about the timing, sir.
Yes.
Is there any time change for regular class or same timing as per the demo class,
Yeah,
sir?
yeah. Once again, I will make it clear, right, before you go with the payment procedure. So the timing for this, for the first 5 days, the session will be at 7 a.m., right? Demos will go at 7 a.m. But the regular timing of this batch is 8 a.m. Once
Okay,
again, the regular timing of this batch up to the end of this course, right, it will be from 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. in the morning. It starts at 8 to 9.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
So I'll click this, right. I'll click this file, which was downloaded, the downloadable file, right. So whenever you click the downloaded file 3.11.4, right? Yes, don't immediately go for installing, right? Select add Python to path. Select what? Add Python to path. Just select only this and go for customize installation. Go for customize installation. No need to see, nothing to select. Everything are pre-selected. The documentation of Python. Pick ideally test. Nothing to select. Already they are selected. Say next. Say next. Yes. Now observe here. By default, the installation location where it is getting installed, where it is getting installed. So by default, where this Python is getting installed in C drive, users, Dell, app data, local programs, Python 3.11. Users, Dell, app data, local programs, Python 3.11, right? So I doesn't want tomorrow, if you want to see where is your Python, to locate Python, right? You need to enter into this big path, remove all this path. C/Python 3.11. Say install. So it will create a folder with the name Python 3.11, that is 3.11. Within the C drive, within that Python gets installed, right? Say install. Hardly it takes 1 minute to install. So once it gets installed, right, let us check whether it is properly installed or not. Yes. If anyone unable to attend this morning, there is one more evening batch going to start day after tomorrow at 7 p.m. Demos will be at 7 p.m. regular batch will be at 8 p.m. in the evening. Okay. Right. Okay, so download this installation is done. Installation is completed, right? Yes. Now, type CMD within this, right? Type CMD. Now, here you can type Python and say enter, right? The Python version and Python interpreter should be open. 3.11.4 is what? The Python version. 3.11.4 is the Python version, right? Okay, can you see this 3 arrow symbol? You can type any valid Python statements. 3 plus 2 is x equal to any name you can do like Ajay, y equal to Kumar, any names you can give, right? X plus y, Ajay Kumar, right? Yes, in this way, any valid statements you can type, right? X equal to 10, x into 2, 20, x to the power of 2, 10 square, right? X by 2, 5. In this way, any valid statements, if you want to come out of it, say quit. Yes, Python is working properly, right? You are interacting statement by statement. We call this as interactive mode. We can see only in Python, right? Yes. So you can just install this Python. If anybody working within the Linux environment using Python, if they're using Python working within the Linux environment, if you see, right, okay. If you see older version of Linux, we'll see older version of Python in that. So if you want to update with the latest version of Python, so everything you are supposed to do from the root, right? Sudo apt-get install Python 3.11, right? Within the Linux environment, if you type this command, it will automatically downloads and installs the latest version, right? And Python execution modes. Two modes of execution. Two modes of execution. First, interactive.
Hey, hi. Your voice is getting muted often. Is this issue for me alone or everyone is facing?
Is my voice clear to all? Can anyone please confirm?
And now it's clear, but in between it's getting stuck.
Few time it will fluctuated, Vijay.
Okay, I'll look into it, right? Interactive mode. Here, interactive mode, right? Here we directly type. Here we directly type Python statements. Here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter, right? Here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter, and the user can easily interact with. Here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter, and the user can easily interact. User can easily interact with Python statement by statement. We directly type Python statements, and the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. The advantage of this interactive mode, if it doesn't have any knowledge on any particular functionality, right? You can just type here and check. Advantage to test the functionalities of Python. To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. Advantage. Batch mode. Batch mode, right? Here within the batch mode. See, for developing applications in Python, this interactive mode is not preferred. We write set of statements. Here we write set of statements within the editors or IDEs. Here we write set of statements within the editors or IDEs and save it by using .py extension. And later submit to Python. Within the editors or IDs and save it by using .py extension and later submit to Python. What are the various editors and IDs? Right? What are the various editors where we can write the Python code? Various editors like Notepad. Within the Notepad, you can write the Python code and create a .py file. Within the Edit Plus, you can write and create a Python file. Within the VI editor and within the Nano editor, right? Yes. These two are for Linux. These two are for Windows. And what are the various IDs? Integrated development environment, where these IDs we use in the real time, right? Like PyCharm is the mostly used among all. Like we have got many more IDs like PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, VS Code. PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, VS Code. Okay, understood, right? So these are the various IDs where we can, among all this, PyCharm is the mostly used one. Mostly used one, right? Yes. Various editors. Okay. Fine. So just I was discussing about Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installation, Python execution modes, and Python comparison coding wise with other programming language, right? Yes. Fine. So this is what the course content I'll be discussing as part of this, right? Like Python basics, Python operations, operators in Python, Python IDs, flow control statements, looping statements, strings, collections, lists, tuples, sets, dictionary, functional programming like modules in Python, packages, errors and exception, file handling, oops, concepts in brief, regular expressions, database connectivity, Python datetime module, calendar module, right? Operate OS module, advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closures, decorators, right? Graphic programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, working with data science, Pandas module, NumPy module, right? In brief, and people who go for full stack, right? Django framework, in brief, web frameworks, Django applications creations, Django views, templates. Yes. Then UI or web development, HTML, CSS, in brief, JavaScript, Bootstrap, and MySQL. So this is what the course content, right? Only Python, it will be spending nearly 70 hours. It's not like 40 or 45 hours course, it's like 70 hours only for Python. And it takes 2 months only for Python, 2.5 months. And apart from this, people who go for full stack, Django and web development, right? So 50 to 60 hours with extra for it. So totally 4 months for both Python and if you want to go parallelly also, you can go parallelly. Means Python within this weekdays and this Django or web development within the weekends, right? 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday. There'll be a weekend batches on Django and this UI web. This Saturday there is a Django batch starting, right? Means first we'll be going with UI technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and this, right? SQL. By the time Python core gets Python advanced will be completed 50%, right? Fine. Any queries from your side? Anyone? Tomorrow also you can attend the session, same time using the same link to see more on this. Yes.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir. Sir, actually, you are taking same class at evening also, no, sir? Evening time also same. You are taking same class, no, sir? So then there will be time changes in regular class also, or it will be done like demo class, sir, 7 to 8 p.m.
You're talking about 7 p.m.
Yes, sir.
7 p.m. demo will be at 7 p.m. Class will be at 8 p.m.
Okay, 8 to 9.
Yes, 8 to 9.
Okay. Sir, I want to join like Django with UI. So is
Yes,
so
you
it's the
can.
same time, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Or what about the morning classes? It will be the batch for the 7 to 8 or time will be shuffling?
Okay. So you okay? What was that query?
Seeing that your demo is going 7 to 8, then the class will be
So yes,
started,
for
then
the
the timing
for
will
the for the next 2 days class, that demo, this class will be at 7 a.m. After that, after 2 days or 3 days, right? It will be the class starts at 8 o'clock in the morning up to the end of the course. Okay. So for the next
And
2
how
days,
many days in a weekend?
what is it?
In a week? How many days in a week? The class will be?
Monday to Friday, and sometimes on Saturdays I'll pre-intimating, right? If I'm taking class on Saturday, right? At the end, if we are running out of days, I'll be taking Saturdays also.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. You need to go for Windows installer 64-bit. Yes, Cyan Mitra, right? Not
Excuse me.
Windows installer 64-bit. Yes.
I have a question. Instead of downloading the Python, can we like do it on Jupyter Notebook?
Yes, Jupyter Notebook can be used, but Jupyter Notebook it's mostly used for plottings, visualizations, data analysis, right? People who go for data science, that okay, Jupyter Notebook is mostly preferred. Means I will show you on all these IDs. Tomorrow, if you go to any environment, right, you will be able to work on this IDs. PyCharm ID, Spider ID, Jupyter, VS Code, all these IDs I'll be showing you, right? So different environments use different IDs. Data science goes with Jupyter, data, big data, like it goes with Spider ID, Jupyter Notebook, and typical web applications, PyCharm is mostly preferred. VS Code is mostly preferred, right? Different environments using Python, they use different IDs. So I'll be showing you how to download, how to install, and how to run the code on all these IDs.
Just one query.
Yeah.
For data engineering or data science, core and advanced Python is enough, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I take data engineering course like PySpark, right? Spark is Python implementation. PySpark, weekend batches will be there, right? Okay, fine.
Spark will be covered in this, sir.
No. It's a separate course, right? PySpark. Spark with Python implementation. Okay.
Databricks, Spark, like that, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Any other queries? So you can attend the session tomorrow same time using the same link to see more on this, right? Yes. So if I'm done with your queries, I'll sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 7 o'clock, same link. Fine. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow.